Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm finally back from where I was and we're going to draw. Yeah. Alright, cool. In today's video I'm going to be drawing a picture that was actually taken while I was on my little trip that I was on, and it is a picture of both me and my sister hanging off a sign, kind of. I'm going to get a little, okay, this needs to be sharpened. I'm going to get a little sketch, or a little like stick figure of what we're gonna look like done first, and then I will do the rest of the body, because I need to draw 2 bodies today instead of just 1, which, now that I think about it, I think this will be the first time I've ever actually drawn 2 bodies in a video. Or not even in a video. I think this is the first time I've ever actually drawn 2 people in a drawing. I've been drawing for like almost half a year. How have I never drawn 2 people before? Alright, cool. Those legs kind of suck, but I was also leaning in a very weird way. I was leaning like that, and my legs were bent right here, and there we go. Then my sister's kind of just not leaned back as much. Her feet are actually both right here, so we're gonna put her feet right there, and then she's just leaning about like this, and pretty much just straight. We'll put her arm out. Her arms aren't as long as mine, and her hand isn't up as high, but that's fine. And we both have our arms out like this, up on our heads, going like, oh heavens. That's essentially what we're doing. I forced her to do that position. Then we'll go ahead and do that, and put my hand there and there. Okay, cool. We got a little tiny weird sketch. Yeah, cool. Also, I drew a pumpkin on here, but the sign is actually the Georgia sign for like, welcome to Georgia. Why'd I leave everything in there? Get out. Yeah, cool. Doesn't matter. Why is this on my hand like that? Okay. Alright. So, I'm going to focus on me first, because I look a little easier to draw. Actually, I should focus on her first because she's smaller, and I put my hand on this side so I would smudge myself a bunch. So, we need to do that. Alright, cool. We'll draw her, get the pole. We're going to start from her hand just so I can kind of build down. Also, just bear with me on the hands, okay? I'll try harder once I actually finish it. Alright. We're going to have to build some body on it first, and then put the clothes on, because, well, she's wearing... What's she wearing? She's wearing a thingy over her clothes. Flannel. So we're going to have to put that on there. Okay, cool. I should have just done this from the beginning. Gotten the little... I don't even remember what this is called. I don't know. It's been a while. This would be making her legs incredibly short, I'm realizing. Am I even recording? Okay, yes, I am. I thought I wasn't recording for a second. I'm realizing now the predicament I put myself in. I have no idea how to proportionalize this. Because if I put her legs like this, then her legs would need to be out here. Then I would have to... That's fine, actually. I can just lengthen the... pole. Couldn't remember what it was called. It really doesn't matter too much since I haven't like concrete made anything. Alright, cool. And body's facing like this. And her other arm's right here. Out here. And then right here on her face. Which it's not covering her face, but I might cover her face. Like more of her face. Just so I don't have to draw it. But, you know, whatever. Alright. There we go. Now, we need to fix this, because I don't know why the fuck it's like that anyways. Alright. Now we need to actually pay attention to what we're doing. Sharpen the pencil, sharper so we have more of a point, but not quite as... Didn't sound very good. Not quite as sharp as a mechanical pencil. And should we start with this? Let's go ahead and start with this. Go ahead and draw the sleeve. And like I said earlier, this is a flannel, so it does have a little bit of this thing right there. Then we give it some slack, essentially, because it's on her arm. Now, we don't have to worry about muscles since she's wearing incredibly loose clothes. So that's kind of nice. But we are going to have to worry about the perspective and proportion of her body. So we'll go like this. Right now this is looking wrong, but also I haven't really drawn enough to fully say that it's wrong or anything like that. I would show the actual picture, but I'm not gonna put my sister's face on this, so I'm not going to. I could just edit her face out, or just her out, but you know, that's like a lot of work. It's like more work than I want to put into it, when I can just not. That's fine. I'll end up showing this real picture anyways, because I actually plan on, digitizing this picture. Because I'm actually planning on making this into a digital version, because I took a lot of pictures, and I'm gonna make digital versions of them, with Banana Man in place of me, and the Banana Girl in place of my sister, and in place of other people, other Banana Mans. I don't know. Technically, I could say that this is Banana Man's sister, because he does canonically have a sister. Although she's dead. He killed her, too. That's a spoiler. Doesn't matter, though. I definitely would have ended up spoiling that he's the one that killed his sister anyways. It also doesn't matter, because I'm pretty sure that'd be addressed, like, within the first time a Banana Man's ever shown in the story. Really doesn't matter. Alright, we need to try to get this body down. I really don't know how the hell to draw her. Why is this picture so small? It's like very small and it's far away. I'm laying on the, or not laying, I'm sitting on the ground. She also has a purse. This is actually not a purse. She has what I'm gonna call a purse. It's got a Polaroid camera in it. Alright. That's gonna be that. We're gonna pretend like that's like, oh, Mao, what, Mao? Oh, Mao, that's the bestest thing I've ever seen. Because we can. Because we can lie. What's stopping us from lying? Alright. don't know why I drew that little shitty version of the head, but I did. Alright. I'm hoping I can definitely make this better digitally. I don't plan on using this picture as any more than like a vague reference when I make this digitally. I just kind of wanted something to draw today, and something kind of easy since it's the first drawn since coming back. I wanted something that might look nice, you know? We're gonna want to raise this, but you know, still looks good. Why do I have such a large selection of pencils now? I brought a lot of pencils with me, and I took a lot of pencils and pens from places. Like this one. I actually had this one before, but like this one, and the other ones in this thing that we're just gonna set over there because we don't need any of the other stuff in it. Alright. Coolio. That's, you know, not the bestest thing I've ever drawn in my life, but you know, it's not terrible or anything, so whatever. Alright. I think I am going to have her hand right here. She just has her hand straight like this, so we'll just magnify it for now. It really doesn't matter. Alright, go like that. It's a little sharp for that. Oh, I just heard someone come home, and you know what? I bet that's my sister. Should I include her voice in this video? No, I don't think she would want to. But that does mean I'm gonna have to pause recording this for a moment. So we will be right back. Alrighty, I was wrong. That wasn't her. Doesn't matter though. Let's continue drawing the flannel. Except we're actually pretty much done with the flannel. We were actually drawing her arm. That's what I was actually drawing. But we're just gonna call that good because I can. Alright, time to draw her knees. But her knees are kind of like, you know, her legs aren't very far apart right now. So we'll go ahead and put her legs like that. Is that how long we're gonna want her legs to be? Yeah, I think that should be good. I mean, I'm not a legologist, so I don't know how long legs are. We're gonna give her really small legs. This is not proportionally correct at all. Nor is that where her knees would even actually be, is it? Hold on, let me check where her knees would be. I'm trying to follow this reference, but also I'm like not following the reference. Let's see, her knees are right there in the reference, but let's say her torso would end here, so her knees would actually be about here. So it is kind of close, but it just looks wrong, so we're not gonna include her knees, I don't think. And we'll just include some incredibly weird dinosaur legs. She likes dinosaurs. she might like this. I don't think she wants to be one though. Alright, yep, that's fine. Fine enough, you know? How do we draw our stupid shoes? God, I never draw shoes. I'm gonna have to learn how to draw shoes to be able to do this little comic, aren't I? Oh yeah, this is gonna be a little comic. I don't know if I said that earlier, but that's what it's gonna be. All the pictures and everything I have from my vacation. It's going to be Banana Man eyes, as of I'm gonna put Banana Man in place of me. And yeah, it's gonna be a little Banana Man comic. It's gonna be the first Banana Man comic of hopefully many. Yeah, I've never made a comic before, so it's probably gonna take me a long time. And I'll probably, when I put the comic out, I'll probably give some backstory, some more explained backstory for Banana Man too. Because of, why not? The comic will not be canon for Banana Man's actual story because, well, that's just stuff that I did on vacation. He's not me. He's not me. That's not what it is, but you know, whatever. I don't actually have a self-insert character in that story, and I don't think I'll add one. Because I couldn't care enough to. Alright. There we go, there we go, there we go. That's, it's not perfect, but you know, we're gonna call that good enough. Alright, that's good enough for her. We should actually make this dress, you know, dress like... Why is she gonna be wearing freaking dresses now? That's stupid. I don't know how to draw dresses. Alright. I'm gonna have to show her this drawing now, aren't I? Considering that it is partly her. Nah, it's fine. Alright, we could also, like, you know, add body shape to this, now that I'm thinking about it, because, I didn't really include much body shape, did I? Kind of just used the tube that I drew as shape for her body. So she's very flat and not like 3D, but nah, it's fine. You know, I think I'll just keep her like this. We should definitely add her head, but luckily for us, considering she's going to be Banana Man girl, it's as simple as adding a banana. Except for not really, because, you know, he's not actually a banana, you know. It's as simple as adding a pumpkin. And since she is Banana Man's sister, I do not have to worry about the scarred eyes. And technically, if Banana Man's sister is not dead, he does not have the scars on his eyes, which I'm not going to explain why, because of, I don't know, I'll explain this stuff in the comic. But I'm still going to give him these scars on his eyes, because his default design is just with the scars on his eyes. So, yeah. We're also going to probably want to tilt that more to the side, but we'll stick with it as it is at the moment. Now, we have to draw me. Why me now? My pose is slightly more annoying because I'm taller than that is, so I had to bend weird. Alright, that's fine. I don't think I'm going to be able to draw my arm like I actually have my arm in the picture. Don't think I'm gonna be able to do that because I have my arm bent, like, partly. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to draw that, but or at least get it correctly. So we're gonna actually try to not do that. Ooh, do I give Banana Man my bracelets? You know, I think I might. Actually, I am gonna give Banana Man my bracelets. Purely because of one reason. Because I gained one on this vacation. So it would be cool to have a timeline of when I gained it in the comic, you know? That'd be kind of cool. Yep. Making my arm very small. You know, I'm not muscular, but like, come on. Nobody needs to know that. I can make myself super muscular. Make myself super buff. Give myself like the cartoon muscles. Now I need to erase that. Alright. Not very good at drawing guys. Because of I never draw guys, I always draw girls. This is where the shoulder actually needs to be. Well, first that's wrong, and second that makes my arm look more muscular than it is. If you just look at the top part. I don't really care about having inaccurate body proportions, as I already proved. But we're gonna try to make it a little more accurate. My arm, hold on, let's map this out with a little skeleton. Like we did before with me sister, you know. It's hard to actually use an incomplete little stick man as a reference when you don't really know what you're doing. You know? Alright, and then my hips are actually quite pointed forward. And then my legs are pointed quite downward. Well, actually, yeah, they're pointed downwards. It looks like my legs are pointed a lot more forward because of the stuff in my pockets. Because I am one of the people who has like a million things in my pockets at all times. You know, I see all the stuff I carry in my pockets. Too bad. It's out of reach. I was gonna grab it, but it's out of reach. Okay, that's not the bestest thing I've ever drawn, but I think that's good enough. And I mean, for a reference to draw on, obviously this isn't the best thing I've ever drawn, but I mean, it's not the best reference thing I've ever drawn. Alright, we'll go ahead and do that, and that, and that, and that. There we go. Now, erase this part. And we'll get my body in here. Well, now that might actually be my sister. It is. I actually hear her. Okay, so another break time. I'll be back. Hello, and why am I saying the intro again? I'm back. I don't remember where I left off because it's been... Yeah, right, like I looked at the time beforehand. It's been a while. It's been a bit. And my reference isn't even up on my screen anymore. It's been a bit, and I'm only going to talk for like 3 more minutes, and then I'm going to decide to time-lapse the rest of this drawing. Why? Because look at how long the video is. I don't know how long it is because I keep accidentally ending it, so I don't actually know how long the video is, but I'm sure it's probably long. And I want to not have it too long since it's the first one coming back that's actually gonna hopefully be decent, so yeah. We're gonna draw for a little bit longer. I want to get the base of the shirt down. I wanted to do that in the video. And then I'll go ahead and just time-lapse the rest. Also, I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt, so it's gonna look like a Hawaiian shirt. I'm gonna have to do like all the... Why's my shirt gotta be so foldy? That's why I gotta give him a Hawaiian shirt. I wore pretty much all Hawaiian shirts on this vacation, so like Banana Man's gonna get put in a lot of Hawaiian shirts instead of his overalls. It's gonna be pretty sweet. Can't wait to do the crane drawing, not of like the bird, of like a toy crane. Yeah, went to an arcade, can do a drawing of that. That doesn't matter. Cool. That looks like a time lapse. Go. Alrighty. I'm gonna call this drawing good for here. It's definitely, I would not call it finished, but we're gonna have it be finished here because I don't want to spend too long on it because I still have other drawings to do. But you know, yeah, I think overall it looks pretty good for being the first drawing I've ever drawn with multiple people in it. I guess technically my character sheet counts as multiple people, so I guess I lied, but yeah. The Hawaiian shirt had like some plants on it, so I tried to put the plants on it, but it doesn't quite look right. I think it's fine though. See you next time.